What does the collective need to hear today? Oh, shit. We've got offers coming in. Somebody sees the work that you have been doing on yourself. We've got the Queen of Wands and the Knight of Cups coming out. So somebody thinking you're fine. Like somebody's thinking that you've got your shit together, and they like your passion. They like your fire. They like this energy that you're exuding. It's hot. And they're into it. And they're coming for you. After like a period of waiting, I feel like this energy is coming into you. And you know what? I'm not gonna say that this is just a love offer coming in. I do think that, that's a potential. I also feel like it's just an offer that's providing emotional fulfillment. So, maybe something that you've been waiting for with the Empress coming out here, you've gotten yourself into a very kind of open, receptive, empowered, magnetic energy. You're pulling your manifestations towards you. You're no longer chasing. You're no longer seeking. You know that by getting yourself into this Queen of Wands energy, this like hot magnetic energy, that the right offers and the right opportunities they're just flying towards you at this point. And it's taken a lot to get into this magnetic energy as well. Like there has been a journey leading up to this point, a journey that's required you to really pay attention to your own internal sense of alignment, to bring yourself into a greater sense of balance, and do the work. Like you have done the work on yourself, and that's why now all of these opportunities are getting brought to you. Let me know about that. And I think that there's been a sense that, maybe these opportunities are never going to come. However, and especially after, and I think we've gone through a period of like a lot of internal reflection, a lot of saying like no to things, saying no to the things that aren't in alignment, waiting for the right things that are in alignment to come in, waiting for the thing that you genuinely want to say yes to, that pulls you, that feels right, and it hasn't come yet. And so there's this fear. My brother, the Nine of Wands, my favorite card in the deck because he comes out for me all the time. Anyway, there's this fear that maybe it's not going to come in, and that's based in, past experiences and all of that. But really it feels like we've done the work, we've done the internal reflection with the Hermit coming out to know that that's past bullshit, and we're not taking it into the future anymore. We're living in that embodied, loving, empowered, magnetic energy. And it really feels like we're about to get our justice. Like we have justice coming out with the Knight of Swords, and the Knight of Swords is very fast moving, almost kind of borderline impulsive, like wants to get in there and like get shit done energy. And so that's the energy that's coming in for us. We have like the justice for all of our hard work finally coming in, again, after a period of feeling like, fuck, is it ever coming in? But that period of oh God, is it ever coming? It was to get you to look at those fears, to get you to look at those limiting beliefs, those parts of yourself that you feel that are just reflective of the past. And it forced you to get into this sense of emotional mastery. And you wouldn't have gotten here if it weren't for this period of stagnation, for this period of like waiting and of feeling like really having to move through your self-doubt, really having to, be really solid in your belief of yourself and your knowing and trust in the divine, your trust that eventually, by doing what feels right, what feels in alignment, even if other people didn't understand it, was going to bring you everything that you wanted eventually. Tell me about that. Okay, so we have the Lovers coming out with the Seven of Swords. Like, I'm not necessarily taking this as like, deception within relationship just based on the rest of the reading. I feel like, the Lovers can also represent a choice. And I feel like part of it is like there has been indecision in terms of the choice, in terms of the way to move forward. But it feels like we've kind of made the decision, or the decision's being made for us. So, I'm kind of getting that vibe. We don't have the Tower coming out, but it feels like potentially there's like abrupt change coming that kind of forces us out of our own self-deception, forces us out of our indecisiveness and toward and away from something else, but toward something, toward the thing that feels like a yes, that yes thing. And I think we're moving out of restricted thinking as well. So this internal sense of clarity that's coming in, right. So we're letting go of restricted thinking. We are allowing ourselves to sit in the embodied knowing that we are strong, that we are powerful. And with that, plus that magnetic energy, we're really kind of calling in our manifestations and our greater success and happiness. It's this decision, like whether it be you that's making this choice or the universe that's making this choice, is accompanied by this sense of inner clarity with the Ace of Swords coming out here and the Sun coming out. It's really leading us to that kind of positive ending that we've been moving toward. So this feels very much like eclipse energies to me. Like the eclipse is all about abrupt and kind of faded endings to things. With it being a lunar eclipse, the lunar eclipses are typically more based in our emotional nature, whereas solar eclipses are more based in the external. So it might be, a kind of abrupt ending to some self-limiting patterns. And with the kind of just release of some of these self-limiting patterns, the way forward just becomes very, very clear, with very little doubt, very little desire to stay in comfort for the sake of staying in comfort, and finally allowing ourselves to move forward in a way that feels positive and in alignment with our authenticity. So that's all I have for you today. I love you all, and I hope you have a beautiful rest of your day.